You're watching Hawaii News Now, Sunrise, Hawaii's most watched morning news.
All right, 8:59 right now, and yesterday we spoke with travel expert Mark Murphy about how visitors can be prepared for a storm like Isel.
Yeah, Mark Murphy is on Maui right now, and tell us, how are the conditions as far as you can see? You're on Kapolei, correct?
Yes, exactly. You know what? I woke up, beautiful sunny day. The wind was blowing a little more than usual, but you know that lovely breeze here that you only get in Hawaii. So went out for a walk on the beach. The seas are very calm. You never know anything happened. I mean, it was like I went to sleep, I woke up, and very refreshed, and had a nice cup of Kona coffee. So, you know, how bad can it be?
Yeah. You know, some of the visitors are inconvenienced. Perhaps some of them had to stay a little longer than they wanted to. How has the hotel there, and maybe, I don't know if you've heard about other hotels, how have they tried to make their stay that much better considering the situation?
Well, what's great about the hospitality industry, they take care of the customer. That's the number one priority. Number one, safety of the customer, and then the comfort of the customer. So, for instance, at the Ritz-Carlton yesterday, they were putting down hydro barriers in preparation for potential strong winds and rain. They also boarded up some doors, you know, to reinforce those doors because they might blow in. The reality was it wasn't necessary based on what we saw last night, but again, they took every precaution. For the folks that were here yesterday, up until it started raining about 6:30, 7 p.m., it was a non-event. I mean, I was taking pictures of people, visitors, in the pools, swimming around, enjoying themselves, while everybody on the East Coast and in California was telling us to run for the hills. So it was kind of ironic that everyone was just enjoying another beautiful day in Hawaii. So
yeah. I think it depends kind of where you are, Mark, as far as what conditions you're seeing. But I'm curious, from your point of view, if you've heard of people having trouble catching their planes. We know there have been some cancellations and some delays.
Well, there have been cancellations of flights. There have been delays. And I think if you're looking at different carriers, make sure you follow their those carriers on Twitter to see what those updates are. You'll get them in real time. If you work with a travel agent, which I always recommend people do, those travel agents will be making the changes and knowing what the cancellation fees and the waiver of fare differences are. My number one tip for anyone that's traveling to the islands is use a travel agent, but also make sure that you listen to the Hawaii Tourism Authority and the folks here on the ground, because they're going to give you updates. We're getting the updates from the HTA right now to our editorial team, so we know for TravelPulse.com where things are going and what people should be watching out for. And it's really just being informed. You know, it's a great destination. You know, it's one of the best destinations in the world. I would tell people not to cancel their plans because this too will pass, and take advantage of the fact that you're going to have some great weather, you know, literally around the corner from us. And if you have to delay a couple of days, that's okay. Just make sure you get here safe.
All right, Mark, now, despite what you may be seeing, it is raining very, very badly in some spots. Now, I just wanted to ask this. Even if it isn't ideal, if you're a traveler and you've encountered some unfortunate circumstances, but the hotel and everybody else around you goes out of their way to make it a pleasant experience, how much does that resonate with you, and how much does that make you want to come back next time and word of mouth tell everybody else to come back to Hawaii?
Well, let me just tell you, there's a thing called the Aloha Spirit, which you know very well, and people who come here get that feeling. The Aloha Spirit's on display right now in Hawaii, and anybody who's going through this right now is going to feel a connection personally with the folks on the ground, personally with the destination. They will be back. This is not something where it becomes a negative. This is something where Hawaii is turning this into a positive, and it's wonderful to see from my perspective as somebody who's been to Hawaii 5 times in the last 9 months.
All right, well, we better see that all over the blog,
yeah.
okay? I'm telling you right now, we're looking.
Go for it.
All right, Mark Murphy.
Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you. You too.
Well, you know, his home is in New York City,
right.
So for him to come here 5 times in the last 9 months, that's really far to travel, so he must really love Hawaii.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 9:04 right now. Let's take it with Danko.
Yeah, no, I agree.